Alright guys, I'm here to talk to you today about Marcus Redmond's Blood Slaves. So, the release of this beautiful edition has come out, and this is the special edition. There is some bonus content within this edition, and I want to say I really enjoyed this book. Vampire stories are not really my thing. I mean, yes, I read like Anne Rice when I was younger, much younger. I won't tell you how old I am now. But then after a while, I was just like, I'm not into vampire stories. But I gave this one a chance. One, because it's a Black author, and I had not read a vampire story from a Black author or about Black people as the vampires. Usually when we see them in media, they have very white skin and, you know, they're very, very Caucasian coded throughout the whole thing, despite the fact that there are stories of vampires in all cultures and throughout history. So I've usually stayed away from them. So I picked this one up and I really, really enjoyed it. The language is not like overly like purpley, but there is a flow and a poetry to it. Now, I will tell you, the story it's called Blood Slaves, and it deals with a slave. And as it says in the book and in this video, either I did it already or I'll do it at the end, there is like a trigger warning, but it says this book is not about slavery per se, it is about a slave. And so the themes around that and the things that happen during those times to people who were enslaved are present in this book. Some of them are hard to read, you know, but I think it was handled well. And I think there are issues that are important to face because there is this myth of the benevolent slave owner. It's like you can't have a benevolent despot. That's just not going to happen. A benevolent dictator. You're not going to have a benevolent slave. The idea of a slave master in American history is the idea of someone that owns someone that does not see them as human, fully human. And so they cannot, just by the ideology itself, they cannot be benevolent. Because how can you be benevolent to a thing that you view as property to be bought and sold, to be gotten rid of however, whenever you need to get rid of it? I cannot love my phone when it's done and it's not working anymore the way I need it to work. I discard it and I get a new one. So that is the reality of what slavery is. So these themes are present in this book. However, the book is about one particular person, and it's about his journey, and of course it's about vampires. So that's not a spoiler. It's right there at the beginning of the novel. So, but I encourage you, especially if you are a fantasy reader and you like to read epic fantasy and slightly historical fantasy, and especially if you're looking for books by and about people of color, this is the book for you. I hope you pick it up. I got my special edition, and I was so excited for this because the edition that I have is actually on my Kindle. I don't like ebooks, but I did have to get it on my Kindle. And so I'm really happy that I have this edition. So get it. The cover, let me tell you something. It's very sparkly. You can't tell right now, but I will put it in the video. I did get a video of it like in better lighting where you can see how much it sparkles, and it's so pretty. And it's I'll say this about the cover. The fact that it sparkles and it has this kind of luminescence to it, even though it's dealing with such dark topics, is very indicative of the kind of contrast, but also the nuance and the joys that can be had even in the most terrible circumstances. So get your coffee, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.